Hello and happy Monday. I hope you all had a good week. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. And if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and leave me a thumbs up. And today's video, I'm going to be baking a Shirley Temple poke cake. And there's my ingredients right here that we're gonna need. It's not many. So I'm excited about this. It's gonna be so good. Okay, let's get started. Okay, and here's the ingredients that you're gonna need for the cake. You just need some cherry Jello, a 3 ounce, and I just got the Great Value brand. And you're gonna need some cherries, and you're gonna be using the juice in the cherries to go in the cake, which I'll show you in a little bit. And some Cool Whip, some 7-Up, and a white cake mix. Okay, and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and get your oven on to 350. So that can be preheating while you're getting everything else done. And so you are just going to get your cake mix, your vanilla cake mix, and what we're gonna do is, okay, so it calls for 1 cup, where is it? 1 cup of water. But we're not gonna use water. What we're gonna do is, and you'll see me do this, is we are going to take the juice from our cherries. We're gonna use all the juice in here, which I think is about 1/3 cup of juice. And then for the rest, we are going to put in 7-Up. So it'll be a cup total, but that's how we're gonna do it. You'll see. Okay, so let's get our cake mix, let's get it open. And I am going to be doing this by hand because I still have not gotten my mixer yet out of storage that I have in Texas. And we were gonna go a few weeks ago, and then Hurricane Barry decided to grace us with his presence, so we weren't able to do it then, and I don't know when we're gonna be able to get back up there. So anyway, I'm gonna be doing mine by hand, so it might take me a little longer. But anyway, okay, so I've got my cake mix in, and I'm going to put in my eggs and my oil, and then when I get to the water part, I'll show you. I'll be right back. Okay, and so I've got my eggs in, and the recipe on the box called for 3 eggs and a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, which I have done. So then you are just going to get your cherries and get your cup, your measuring cup, and pour in all the juice. And I'm gonna link this recipe down below. And that looks like the recipe said that the juice was about 1/3 of a cup, but I don't know, that kind of looks like more than 1/3. But anyway, so it's not full yet, so the rest is gonna be 7-Up. So let me get that in there. Put that down real quick. I always get so nervous when I open these. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pour it in. And there we go. Okay, and this is what you're gonna pour right in with everything else. Oh, and it smells so good, this cherry juice, yum. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stirred up, and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm done mixing. Look how pretty that is, and it smells so good. Okay, so after you've got it all mixed, you're gonna wanna pour in a cake pan and make sure it's buttered, which I've already buttered mine. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it in here. I don't know if any of you have ever had a Shirley Temple drink, but I love those. And of course, I love watching Shirley Temple. My favorite channel on TV. As everybody, well, most people who know me know that I love to watch TCM because it's got all the older movies on there, which I love. I watch all of them. The oven's ready, and just go ahead and smooth it out in there and get it in the oven and just cook it or bake it like the directions say. I guess probably about 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna get this in the oven and I'll be back. Okay, and I almost forgot. Before you put it in the oven, you need to get your jar of cherries. I can't believe I almost forgot this step. And I'm just gonna dump them out. It's probably gonna make a mess. But anyway, you want to get a jar of your cherries. Yum. And you're just gonna chop these up, of course not the stems, but you're gonna chop up all your cherries into little pieces and stir them into your cake batter. And then after you do that, you can put in the oven. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that step. But go ahead and chop them up, stick them in here, then put them in the oven. Okay, I've got my cherries chopped up, and look at my fingers. I don't think you can see that, but they're all red from the cherries. But anyway, okay, so don't forget your cherries. I'm sorry that I almost forgot that step. Thank goodness I didn't stick it in the oven yet. Okay, so I'm gonna get it in here, mix it all up, and then we will get it in the oven. Okay, now we're ready to go, and I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back, and my cake is all done, and it is completely cooled. Before you do this next step, it has to be completely cooled, or it's not gonna work. So after it's cool, you just want to get like a wooden spoon. I don't have a wooden spoon. I have this little whisk, and it's wood at the bottom, and you are going to start poking holes everywhere like this. And because this is kind of, well, it is big, I don't know if I would do as many as if I had a wooden spoon. So let me get the holes in here, and I will be right back. Okay, and I've got all my holes in there, and yours is probably going to look different, maybe because your wooden spoon, of course, is going to be a lot smaller, but this is all I had, so I just use what I have. So I've got all the holes in there, and I'm just going to move this over so you can see. In here, I just have my little box of Jell-O. And so on the back of the box, it calls for 1 cup of hot water. You mix it, and then you put in 1 cup of cold water. But instead of using cold water, after I add my hot water, you're going to use a cup of your 7-Up. And I just have some ice in there because you're going to want your 7-Up cold. So I've got the ice in there, just keeping it cool. So here's my hot water, and this is hot. And I'm going to mix that up. You just mix it until it's dissolved. It smells good. Okay, and then you're going to want to add 1 cup of your cold 7-Up. And I'm just going to pour it in here. Oops, I'm making a mess. And there goes my ice. All right, let me get my ice out of here real quick. I guess I should have taken it out before. That's okay. Easy. Okay, and here is my 7-Up. And you see it fizzing? That's pretty cool. And then just mix it all up. And this is going to get poured all over the cake, and it's going to go into the holes and soak up in there. Yum. Let me put that right there. Okay, and here's our cake. And I'm just going to start pouring it over. And make sure you get in all those little holes that you put in there. And I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm all done, and I've got the Jell-O poured in, and that's what it looks like. Now, the recipe says to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator overnight. I don't have enough patience for that, so I'm probably going to put it in for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And so once you do that and take it out, then you're going to spread the Cool Whip on. But I'll be back in a few hours, and then I'm going to show you what it's like when it's finished. Okay, now it's been a few hours. If you want, you can, of course, follow the directions and keep it in there overnight. But like I said, I just, you know, I don't have a lot of patience. So anyway, once it's all out and cooled, you just want to go ahead and start spreading on your whipped cream. I'm going to get this all on there and spread it all around, and then we will do a taste test. Okay, it's time for a taste test, and here it is. I don't know how well you can see it. Look how pretty that is. And it smells so good. It smells so good. Okay guys, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go make this cake. It's absolutely delicious. You will be so glad you did. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye.